Hello students, welcome to class 8 mathematics. In this lesson, we will continue our chapter on squares and square roots. This is part 3 of the series. So far, we have already understood the basics of squares and how numbers are squared. Now, in this part, we will move a step further and explore more interesting concepts related to square roots. You will learn how to find square roots using different methods, understand patterns, and solve problems easily and quickly. Make sure you stay focused, as this topic is very important and will help you in higher classes as well. So, let's get started and make learning maths simple and fun. Now let us understand Pythagorean triplets. If three numbers a, b and c satisfy the condition that a square plus b square is equal to c square, then they are called a Pythagorean triplet. In simple words, when the sum of the squares of two numbers is equal to the square of the third number, the three numbers form a Pythagorean triplet. Let us look at an example. 3, 4 and 5 form a Pythagorean triplet. 3 square plus 4 square equals 5 square. Another example is 8, 15 and 17. 8 square plus 15 square equals 17 square. So whenever this condition is satisfied, the numbers form a Pythagorean triplet. Try to check this condition for other numbers as well. Let us move ahead and practice more examples together. Now let us learn how to form a Pythagorean triplet using a formula. For any natural number n greater than 1, a Pythagorean triplet can be formed as 2n, n square minus 1, and n square plus 1. Let us take an example. We need to find a Pythagorean triplet where one number is 15. First, assume n square minus 1 is equal to 15. So, n square becomes 16. Therefore, n is equal to 4. Now substitute the value of n. 2n is 8. N square minus 1 is 15. N square plus 1 is 17. So, the required Pythagorean triplet is 8, 15, and 17. Remember, this method helps us generate many Pythagorean triplets easily. Let us practice more questions based on this concept. Let us solve one more question on Pythagorean triplets. We need to write a Pythagorean triplet where one member is given. First case, the number is 6. Let 2n be equal to 6. So n becomes 3. Now calculate. N square minus 1 is 9 minus 1, which is 8. N square plus 1 is 9 plus 1, which is 10. So, the required Pythagorean triplet is 6, 8 and 10. Now second case, the number is 14. Let 2n be equal to 14. So n becomes 7. Now calculate. N square minus 1 is 49 minus 1, which is 48. N square plus 1 is 49 plus 1, which is 50. So, the required Pythagorean triplet is 14, 48 and 50. Try solving similar questions on your own for better understanding. Let us solve a few more examples. First case, the number is 16. Let 2n be equal to 16. So n becomes 8. Now calculate. N square minus 1 is 64 minus 1, which is 63. N square plus 1 is 64 plus 1, which is 65. So, the required Pythagorean triplet is 16, 63 and 65. Now second case, the number is 18. Let 2n be equal to 18. So n becomes 9. Now calculate. N square minus 1 is 81 minus 1, which is 80. N square plus 1 is 81 plus 1, which is 82. So, The required Pythagorean triplet is 18, 80 and 82. Keep practicing more such questions to gain confidence. Let us solve this question. We need to find the possible ones digit of the square root. First, look at the last digit of the number. For 9801, the last digit is 1. So, the square root can end with 1 or 9. For 99,856, the last digit is 6. So, the square root can end with 4 or 6. For 9,98,001, the last digit is 1. So, the square root can end with 1 or 9. For 65,76,025, the last digit is 5. So, the square root can end with 5. So, we use the last digit of the number to find the possible ones digit of its square root. Let us solve this question. We need to find numbers which are surely not perfect squares without doing calculations. We know that perfect squares can only end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. Now check the last digits. 153 ends with 3, so it is not a perfect square. 257 ends with 7, so it is not a perfect square. 408 ends with 8, so it is not a perfect square. 441 ends with 1, so it can be a perfect square. So, the numbers that are surely not perfect squares are 153, 257 and 408. Now let us understand the square root of a number. We know that when a number is multiplied by itself, we get its square. For example, 7 multiplied by 7 gives 49. Now, square root is just the opposite process. If the square of 7 is 49, then the square root of 49 is 7. So, square and square root are reverse processes of each other. We use a special symbol called square root to represent it. For example, square root of 49 is equal to 7. Let us move ahead and understand more methods to find square roots. Now let us understand square roots of positive numbers. Let us take an example. What are the square roots of 64? We know that 8 multiplied by 8 gives 64. Also, minus 8 multiplied by minus 8 also gives 64. So, the square roots of 64 are 8 and minus 8. This means every positive number has two square roots. One is positive and the other is negative. Let us look at a few more examples. Square root of 4 is 2 and minus 2. Square root of 9 is 3 and minus 3. Square root of 16 is 4 and minus 4. Square root of 25 is 5 and minus 5. So always remember, every positive number has two square roots, one positive and one negative. Now let us learn about the methods to find square roots. There are three methods to find the square root of a number. The first method is repeated subtraction method. The second method is factorization method. The third method is division method. We will understand each of these methods step by step in the next part. Now let us learn how to find square root using repeated subtraction. Let us take an example of 81. We subtract successive odd numbers starting from 1. 81 minus 1 gives 80. 80 minus 3 gives 77. 77 minus 5 gives 72. 72 minus 7 gives 65. 65 minus 9 gives 56. 56 minus 11 gives 45. 45 minus 13 gives 32. 32 minus 15 gives 17. 17 minus 17 gives 0. Now count the number of steps. We reached 0 in 9 steps. So, the square root of 81 is 9. Remember, we keep subtracting consecutive odd numbers until we reach 0. The number of steps gives the square root. Now students, let's solve an interesting question. We need to find the square roots of 100 and 169 using the method of repeated subtraction. First, let's understand the method. In repeated subtraction, we subtract consecutive odd numbers starting from 1, like 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on, until we reach 0. The number of steps we take gives us the square root. Let's begin with 100. Start subtracting odd numbers one by one. 100 minus 1 gives 99. Then subtract 3, we get 96. Subtract 5, we get 91. Subtract 7, we get 84. Subtract 9, we get 75. Subtract 11, we get 64. Subtract 13, we get 51. Subtract 15, we get 36. Subtract 17, we get 19. Finally, subtract 19, we get 0. Now count the steps. We perform 10 subtractions to reach 0. So, the square root of 100 is 10. This method works because the sum of the first n odd numbers is always equal to n squared. Now students, let's find the square root of 169 using the method of repeated subtraction. As we learned, we subtract consecutive odd numbers starting from 1 until we reach 0. Let's begin. 169 minus 1 gives 168. Subtract 3, we get 165. Subtract 5, we get 160. Subtract 7, we get 153. Subtract 9, we get 144. Subtract 11, we get 133. Subtract 13, we get 120. Subtract 15, we get 105. Subtract 17, we get 88. Subtract 19, we get 69. Subtract 21, we get 48. Subtract 23, we get 25. Finally, subtract 25, we get 0. Now, let's count the number of steps. We perform 13 subtractions to reach 0. So, the square root of 169 is 13. This confirms our understanding that repeated subtraction of odd numbers helps us find square roots in a simple and logical way. Keep practicing this method to strengthen your concept. Thank you for watching this lesson. I hope you found it helpful and easy to understand. For more practice worksheets and study materials, do check our website. The link is given in the description below. You can also join our Telegram channel for regular updates, notes, and important resources. The link is provided in the description. If you enjoyed learning with us, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Keep learning and keep practicing. See you in the next video.